I'm absolutely delighted to be back, and we have a full show tonight once again. A very full show. We'll wait for a few to come in before we do anything. I got a little announcement to make. God, am I proud of all you guys. Absolutely proud of each and every one of you. These are absolutely wonderful people. Wonderful people. Let me see. Who have I got tonight? I've got Marna. Marna at the end, of course. Marna loves being in. She loves in here. This is stupid. We're back on again. We're live again. I went off and back on. So it's gonna say loads of stuff in the record now because I blew a fuse, didn't I? Once again. But guys, look, honestly, it's really lovely to be back tonight. And we love having Marna here. Marna loves being here. I can't see who's in yet, but I've got 2 people watching in. We have some great news, like from the figures from the Dear John show, from the page where the videos go up. We got some great news in there today. In the last 28 days, we have had, hello Christine, how are you darling? Good to see you here, my dear. In the last 28 days, good morning Charlotte, how are you? Lovely to see you, honey. I hope your eyes are a lot better. In the last 28 days, we have had 10,900 views on Dear John shows. That's 4 shows. 10,000, nearly 11,000 people. We have that come in. That's down to you, the poets, giving us permission to read your works and to share it out on the platform. And I'd like to say a big, huge congratulations to Christine Barker, Nina Thilo, Charlotte Rains and Marna Dupree Basrell, because these guys are the ones that read your work out and they enjoy coming here each week to have a read, to have a listen, to have a look. You guys bring on this and I'm absolutely delighted to be your host. Hello Chris Edridge, how are you? Lovely to see you. Absolutely lovely to see you. Like I said, we have quite a show tonight. We've got a big range of poetry tonight. Wow, there's lots and lots and lots of poetry tonight. I think Marna has 5, Christine 7. I'm not too sure how many Nina has, and I've got 3. But I've also got for you a wonderful story. A story with a moral. I love them stories, I really and truly do. And I'll give you a hint. It's actually called The Ship of Friendship. And I mean, the amount of friendships I've watched grow here. Hello, Nina. The amount of friendships I've watched here grow in this community is astronomical, and it is beautiful to see. It's beautiful to watch. Oh, I'm delighted you're okay, Chris. Good man. There's Nina now. She's popped her head in. Yes, she has. So, where am I going to start tonight? I'm wondering where I'll start. Do you know, I think I'm going to bring our Chris in first. Bring Christine on. Because Christine, like I said, has 7 pieces for us tonight. So I'm gonna see if we can connect with Christine first. Yes. Yes. I think she's fine tonight because she has to get back from church, doesn't she?
Hello, my love.
Christine, how are you, my love?
I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been a difficult week, as I'm sure you know. I lost my father on Thursday, so I'm been a bit grieving a little bit, and you know, that sort of thing. But that's normal for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't be honest with you. I didn't know whether I was going to have you tonight or not. Fully understood if not, but I didn't know what you wanted to do. So I created that little space. I let you decide if you're going to come in or not. Yeah.
That's lovely, darling. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine now. I've done quite a lot of grieving, which I think you have to do. And I'm one of these people, when I'm sorrowful or anything, I shut myself off from the world completely. and absolutely wallow in self-pity and fall off a cliff into deep sadness, but always with the intention of wanting to create something, out of the sadness or out of the situation. So I was waiting for the muses to appear, which they didn't for days and days and days, because I wanted to write a poem for my dad, for his passing. And nothing would come, blank page syndrome, don't you? You know all about that. And then suddenly, yesterday morning at 4:30, the muses were more amused and wakened me up, and I was just full of ideas and pouring out poetry like nothing on earth. I've ended up with, I've actually called it a eulogy to my father. It's called The Gate. It's 5 pages of iambic pentamic poetry, rhyming poetry for me, which is not my...
tonight, Christine?
I've got it, yes, but I'm not sure I could read it tonight. I'll probably break down. And it takes about 11 minutes to read it, to be here all night. And then suddenly I bought an electric piano about a couple of months ago. And I was experimenting with it, trying to work out how it works and how to play different instruments and sounds on it. And did some improvising and got my handy out and recorded a couple of pieces, This is a couple of months ago. And I was looking at my mobile phone this morning, or yesterday morning actually, after the poem had poured out, thinking, well, I'm going to record this for my family in Canada. Have I got enough recording space? And opened up my handy and found this piece of music and thought, that's quite nice. I think I'll have a work at that. So now that's become the end of the eulogy. I've now got a lovely piece of really sad music at the end of a written eulogy. So yeah. So I'm actually feeling a lot better today because I've just cried everything out, I've got rid of a lot of stuff and created something. I won't say it's great poetic art particularly, but for the immediate family,
yes,
I think it's going to be very moving,
Well,
and
it's ironic actually, wasn't it? Because that was one of our conversations last weekend, wasn't it? Grief.
Yes.
And how people grieve and the different ways of grieving,
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely a wallower. I wallow in it, but it helps. For me, it helps. It just gets the whole of the deep sadness out rather quickly, so that I can then get on and cope with life again.
Yes.
So
I'm very much like you. It hits me, and then it's let go because I'm one of those people. When I know there is nothing I can do to reverse the situation, well, I can't do it. You can't reverse death, unfortunately. You can't. But you've got to grieve it, and you do have a grieving of it. But everybody is just that little bit different.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. So that's how I dealt with it, and now something beautiful's come out of it, which is lovely.
Yes,
that's really makes me feel good as well that I was able to do it. And thank you, muses, for finally appearing and dropping in.
And it's great when it does, when that blank page changes colour.
Yeah, it does.
Fabulous, yes.
It's got a lot of black ink on it now.
Christine, did I send you 7?
You sent me 8, darling.
I sent you 8. Right.
Let
me ask you. I'll have to ask you because I don't want to end up. I've got one of the poems that you've got. Okay.
Okay, sweets. I've got one from Janice Fisher called "In Finding You."
Yes.
Then one from a new poetess, Laura Teteza.
Okay, that's okay. That's the one I want.
That's the library one.
Because I got aside now. Yeah. Because I wasn't sure.
Okay.
I couldn't find the email I sent it to you in.
All right. Okay.
So now I've got 2.
The rest you've got sorted, have you?
Yeah.
You've got the rest sorted.
I have everything right. Else now, yeah. Thank goodness.
Yeah. So shall I start?
When you're ready, yeah.
Have a go. Right. I'll start with the one from Janice then, from Janice Fisher, which is called "Finding You." Harmonize your mind, body, and spirit. Resolve to evolve past the emotions of sorrow and hurt that anger the soul. Navigate the storm to find peace and purpose in uncertain times. Love yourself first to heal the past. Move past the volcanic moments that hold and trap you. Find peace in the eye of your hurricane. Burst through with one breath, one thought, one choice at a time.
Janice, very much writes in that flavour of structure. It's so easy on the eye, it's so easy to read her words.
Yeah.
and you will always get sucked in somewhere. And again, the fourth line of the verses starts to bring you into the tempest, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Very nice piece. Excuse me. I'm still struggling a bit with my throat here. It's probably all the tears I've cried
I reckon.
getting
I
onto my
reckon it
pod.
has a lot to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah, it does, I think. Yeah, yeah, I think it does. Yeah, well, nice one, Janice. Well done. She's probably listening in, is she? She's quite often here. Yeah, she is,
Yeah.
I think.
I haven't seen her yet. I have
Oh
seen
no,
her, but
somebody, it's Chris
Diane
that
is
was
in now.
mentioned.
Diane Borges is in. Hello, Diane. Lovely
Oh,
to
good.
see
Yeah,
Diane in. Diane is a weekly. She's always there. Always there.
yeah,
Bless her.
she is. She is, bless her. Yeah. So the next one's a new poetess that I haven't heard of before, Laura Teteza or Theteza. I'm not quite sure
Do
how
you
you
know what?
pronounce your name.
I spelled it wrong sending it to you.
Oh, did you? Well, sorry, Laura. Blame
There's
it
a
on John then if I
difference.
spell
Laura
it.
Theresa.
Theresa. Okay, I've got Theteza here or something like
I'm a
that. Yeah.
big
And I don't think sorry,
fat film.
it's your fault.
Yeah.
It's your fault, yes. It's always your fault. We blame
Yeah,
you.
it's all right.
You've got broad shoulders, darling. I don't think this one's got a title,
No,
but it's about a library.
actually, that is the title. Afternoon in the Kennett Square Library.
Right, I
Yeah.
didn't get that bit from you. Okay, thank you. Teamwork here, as you can see, guys. So, kids appear in a swarm from outside. Energy absolutely radiates around them. No corner is safe from their bubbles of laughter bursting into the air. Now the focus turns to newly returned books overflowing the desk. Each one is quickly scanned and transported to its destination. Truth be told, some fascinating books do enjoy a longer stay up front. The joyous squeals of toddlers then bounce up the stairwell. Such cries proclaim approval for the scheduled activity taking place. Quiet is not a word much associated with this library. Usually it's the librarians who are shushed by patrons. Any nook big enough houses a club, a writing group, a lecture. Really everyone, wealthy or homeless, wanders in at some point. Each of them finds a spot on the shelf here. It is their library, after all.
Love that. As kids, when we were kids, things have changed in life so much. When we were kids, when the librarian said, "Shh," you didn't question. But now they
Yeah,
come in and they have started all their own little groups and everything else. I mean, they're doing reading groups all over the place in the libraries. And they've gone to
yeah.
the stretch of the mobile library now comes onto an estate. And
All right.
you can just come along to the mobile library, sit there for a few hours. I think it's 2.5 hours they pull up for. So you can sit there for
Oh,
2.5
that's
hours.
lovely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realise they still did that sort of
Oh,
thing.
yeah. Still going.
Lovely.
Still moves around, yeah.
Oh, brilliant. And there's room to sit in there and read and
Yeah.
everything, is there? In the mobile one. Oh, right. Okay. Amazing.
Ed
I think
Clint is back, by the
they
way.
might have them here. They might have them here as well, actually. I'm not sure. I think I've seen a couple wandering by, but yeah, I didn't realise they gave classes and things in them and talks and lectures. Great idea. Wonderful.
Hello, Ed Clinton, and welcome. And mine is in as well. Trouble, of course. Always trouble, this one.
Oh, always
Always.
good for mine.
Good God.
The
She'd stirred
two
a
of them,
hornet's nest.
those two and Nina.
Oh, good God. The three of them together. What can I say? Ed, Nina, and Myrna. Oh, my God.
Love you guys. You're wonderful. You really are. Okay, the next one is from Linda B. Scanlon. And again, I don't have a title. Do you? Do you
I
have
don't
a
have a title for Linda's now.
Okay. So I'll just read it then. I call your name. It fades into the cool, clear night air, hangs in the density of the eddying ether. There is no echo, only dread silence. Can you hear? Do not hide yourself from me. My heart aches for you. You are my North Star, the brightest star, easily sighted in the darkness of the night sky. Come to me, nestle yourself in me. Empty without you. Happiness is found in the hours just before dawn, in the early morn. I open my eyes, see none other than the face of divinity gazing lovingly at me. Funny, he has your eyes, eyes that mesmerize, your nose, that shape I adore, lips that look just like a heart, tantalizing, calming. When I'm out of sorts, your whispers set me right. When I awoke, I saw your face, feeling safe. You were chosen as a moment of grace for me, while here in this place, no longer alone. Do you remember applying for the job? I recall a text, you replying. A friendship quickly blossomed, soon dancing to astral music, uplifting words carried on oceans in ancient caves where desire was once painted on walls. When I awoke, you were there. I reached for you. You vanished into thin air. A dream, all that was left, an indentation on the pillow. Nothing else. Imaginings. I screamed your name into the withering, whimpering ether. Can you hear? Can you hear the sound of the echo of emptiness?
Before I say anything on the poem, I'm going to say hello to Rosie Miller and Michael Miller who have come in.
Oh, they're there. Hi, Bronsis.
Hello, Rosie. Hello, Michael. It's great to see you. And Keith Forsyth. It's lovely to see you here, Keith. We're getting the crowd back tonight, Christine.
Lovely.
Absolutely.
That's
beautiful. Good. Yeah. But
lovely.
Linda B. Scanlon, I found Linda's poem on a website the other day on one of the Facebook platforms. And I read this one. And I read it the second time as I do, yeah. And I just loved. I could hear your voice coming to straight away. And I whipped this one off the page, so I'll get in touch. And again, it's getting so communicative with the poets. When I go for a poem and ask someone for one, I'm less than 24 hours, I'm getting a response, yeah, which is absolutely brilliant, Christine.
Yeah,
absolutely
it is.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's wonderful. It's really lovely. I'm glad we can do it for them. You know, it's so enjoyable to share, and the words are so marvelous. I mean, my poetry is so. You've stilled out on me again, John. I've lost you again.
I got disconnected for a second there. I was.
All right. Yes, you did.
Yeah,
you went blank.
Suddenly. I was disconnected. It'll keep doing that because I have a system inside of the room. I'm on broadband, and I have a system of Wi-Fi that's non-connected, but it interferes with my broadband. It's for the camera and stuff, because I'm in work today.
All right. Okay.
What you may call it, but with Linda, it was great getting Linda's poetry. And as I've said before, Christine, as I just said earlier, there is nobody's poetry lesser or more better than anybody else's.
Yeah.
The words are the words from the heart and the ink from the blood, as they say. And you got today, that's what made me so pleased today. When I seen the numbers that Facebook gave us for the past 28 days for the show, 10,900. That's growing. And that means
it's amazing.
Their words are going out to 10,000 people. Next month, hopefully 12,000 people. And just
probably will be.
Grow, let it grow.
It just snowballs, doesn't it?
It's absolutely gorgeous, though, isn't it? That it can make reach like that. Yeah.
It's such a simple little show, really. Yeah. It's so harmless and so sweet, and
I think it's the comforting factor. We all come here because we like coming here. Yeah, we like being with each other, spending this couple of hours or whatever together, and
we do.
We're into the same kind of thing. Poetry, laugh, banter, whatever. We're into it all, and it just makes people comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
The simple things in life, Christine. The simple things.
Always. They're always the best. I promise. Absolutely. They really are.
Jennifer Polonetsky has come in as well. Jennifer, all the way from Australia.
Oh, lovely. I can
Yes.
see Alexandra's there as well. Alexandra
I
Rodriguez has
can't
just
see.
come
Do you
in.
know what? That's a funny thing. That I can never see Alexandra. Everyone
It just
else
says
can.
to me, it just says on my sheet, she's watching. It doesn't say she's on, but she's
No, but she's
watching. So,
watching. Yeah,
hello, Alexandra. Welcome back. Haven't seen you for a while.
on the blind side. That's if you can hear me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice tonight because I've got quite a lot of positive poetry
Yes.
tonight, which is really good for my current mood. So yeah, so I've got another one now. This is another newbie, as you call them, from a lady called Alicia Minares Ramirez, and it's been translated. I'm guessing from the Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's from Spanish, by someone called Aleric Gutierrez, and it's called Traveller. Redemptive breeze imprisons my space, like raining stars, as fragrant words at the crescent moon, salt conspires about your shooting and lasting existence. Blue air flutter about your wet vertices notes, ascending through the tree's essence, guttural sounds spotting the horizon. I sense you among murmurs of leaves, diluting liquid shadows, imaginary pigeons' pieces, luminance music of the dreams we forge. I find you, wrong or right, in haste, in the rain's incessant voice, beautiful traveller of dreams stepped and arms of fire. Drowned in desire-scented steam, I dust upon foreign oaks, as touched produced by your path. Dark moor of an old sky, reinvent your word of light, the illusory copulation of language.
Isn't that a beautiful
Yes, yeah.
copulation of language? I love that.
Yeah, I
That
love
has a
that
ring
phrase.
to it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
A real ring. That is
absolutely.
absolutely brilliant. Wow.
The phrase that
I
got
might
me as well.
steal
Yes.
that one day, and I mean steal it, by the way, as in plagiarise it.
Yes.
But I will ask
We
permission
do. We all do
first.
it.
Yes. That's a brilliant line, that is. That's really
It
top.
is.
Wow.
Population of language.
Wow.
Gorgeous. Absolutely
Ah, hi,
gorgeous.
Alexandra. Alexandra's in. Just seeing her name go up now.
Oh, you have seen. Good. There you go. I told you she
Did
was
not
there.
mean to come on, but cannot ignore you, of course, dear. Oh, there
Hey, well
you
done,
go. That's
Alexandra.
beautiful.
You're
That's what I mean about
welcome.
this community, the whole community itself.
We've missed you, dear. We haven't
Yes, we
seen you for a
have
while.
missed you, Alexandra, big time. But
There you
that's
go.
the thing about this community. It's so close knit, and it has become
Yeah.
that way.
Yeah.
It's
It
beautiful.
is. It's lovely. It is. Wonderful. So now I've got another lovely one from a
Hi,
beautiful name. I
Alexandra.
mean, her name is lovely. Svanhild Lovely.
Yes.
The name is lovely, beautiful, and it's called Your Song. Your song is full of words which have never been sung before. Your melody is yours and yours alone. You dance in the moonshine of a purple moon, on the top of the highest mountain, in the depths of valleys. Your dance, the most elegant movements you have when you turn and twist in your own way, your own rhythm, with your own unique style. You are the master of the dance. You are the painter of your life. You design your portrait with perfectly blended colours. You paint your canvas with all contradictions life offers. Sunshine, shadows, nights and days, winters and summers, love and hate, pain, grief, tears and smiles, anger, frustrations, bitterness, laugh. You go on and on, searching further inward, into your soul mind. You find more and more to paint, to create and express. Your song is your life, which you foster over and over again.
Spanhild writes poetry like this lots of times. I knew Spanhild when I was in the group, the Poets Attic, and Poetry in Motion, I think it was. I think that's where I met Spanhild when I first went into these groups. And I met some beautiful people. Poetry groups are great places to meet nice people. Really,
Yeah, I'm
really
sure,
comfortable
yeah.
place. Maybe because we all have that peace in common. But I met Spanhild there, and She puts up some of the most beautiful pictures on the web, especially. We all love snow, don't we? Norway gets snow, doesn't it? Really and truly.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the pictures are just picture postcard, and they're just over her picket fence. Really.
Sorry, just watching a moth flying around here in my bedroom. Lovely.
You have a moth?
Sorry. Yes, some moths coming through the window. It's because I've got the light on, I think,
I
and the
love
window's
moths.
open.
Absolutely love them.
It's only a
Brilliant.
little baby one. Little baby one flying around
Stan
here.
Hill, thank you so much. That was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it was. So the next one is from someone called Empress Musings. Is this a new person
Orietta
again? Or?
Ramirez.
Okay, I've only got Empress
Yes,
Musings.
yeah, that's her name. I was trying to think when you were saying Empress Musings. It's Orietta. Yeah, that's the name. She writes under Empress Musings. Yeah.
Right. Okay. And this one's called Love Wins. Our paths took decades to meet. We lived a lifetime apart, creating experiences and learning lessons, preparing us for what was to come. Then one day, serendipity called us, bringing to fruition what was destined, our paths crossing at the right time, showing us the pair we were meant to become. Here we are after all the struggles, overcoming those obstacles they put in our way, challenged those who've tried to separate us, proving once more that no matter who or what, love wins. Our love will always win.
Isn't that beautiful? And again, do you remember the song was it the 70s or the 80s? They done a song like similar to oh, sorry. I'm just reading something there, Christine. I'm such a fan of Empress Musings, scribing. That's Jennifer Polonetsky. Yes. Well, I've known Arietta around the stages and the platforms of Facebook for quite a time. We've wrote a few places together, yeah. But they had written a song about that breaking to break people apart. I mean, there's that much interference at times. It's worse than static, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're not right for each other. You don't. Oh God Almighty! Then 50 years later, you've proved everybody wrong.
Exactly.
And to no point.
Yeah, quite. Yeah, amazing.
Beautiful. Thank you.
So now, yes, thank you. Lovely. Now I've got something from someone called Lags Ray.
Yes.
Is this a new person as well? I don't know this person.
On the ones you've had tonight, I think 5 of the 7 were new.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Here we go then. Again, this has no title as far as I know. The heart has stopped resonating. The tears find no meaning. Day by day, I realize the insignificance of everything. Love ceases to matter. Desires become leftovers. I breathe in ambiguity, the path being strewn with hindrances. Is this evolving? Still I count my blessings, appreciating all that I have before they become what I ever had. And this is my journey, bartering my choices with my destiny.
Bartering. Or bartering. It's a life of bartering, really, isn't it? We spend a lot of life bartering, whether it's in...
We do, when you think about it.
Yeah, really and truly we do. And
we certainly do.
We get no change for all the bartering, really and truly.
Oh, we do sometimes.
Yeah.
We do.
We just
have to go with change, John.
We just never count the Christine, do we? Like we just put it in our pocket and get on. Maybe look at the change now and again. We might just realise it has changed. Yeah.
Mina likes the word breathe in, the words breathe in ambiguity. Yeah, that's the one she picked up on.
Ambiguity.
Yeah. Nice, huh, Mina? Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't have that word in front of me.
Serendipity would have got to you as well.
Oh, serendipity would have been beautiful.
Oh, there you go.
I could have pronounced that in every language bar English.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, you don't speak anyway. You don't speak English
I
anyway. You
know.
speak
I can't
Irish.
even get
You're
the right.
Irish.
I can't even get the Irish right.
Okay, my last one tonight is from a lady called Sudha Dixit. I think it's a lady. Is it a lady?
Yes, Suda. I've
Sudha
had
Dixit.
Suda once before, yeah?
Yes, yes, I remember the name,
Yeah.
but and this is called The Curtain. Excuse me, I'll just adjust my position here. There was a drab curtain with a painted grey cloud. The sombre colour made it look like a cheerless shroud. I wanted to unfold and see the actual dramatic scene, so picked up central edge of fabric of the screen. I found all my fancies, my dreams hidden behind. It was a vibrant world, a beauty to which I was blind. We must open our eyes to see a lure of nature, dust off the mirror of life, perceive its blissful rapture. We all are in the quest of ambrosia of love's wine, which will unveil the secret of supreme soul divine.
Ambrosia of Love's Wine. Three ladies come to mind. The lady you just read now,
Yeah,
Pia Ghosh,
yeah,
Balvin Chima. And we were
oh
talking
yeah,
last week about um, the poets from India and how colourful
yes,
their writing
yeah,
is. And there we go again. We've just had
yeah.
one.
And sometimes they leave out the articles, the and
Yes,
and things like that, and that makes it also quite interesting. It's a very different style,
it is
and
absolutely. And the more I was so lucky where the Indian poets are concerned because I'd been in a place called Poetry Circle, and there were a lot of people from India that wrote in that group. And I was so lucky to get in and get to understand, especially with a gentleman called Jaleshwar Genwal. And I was so
yeah,
lucky to meet this guy, and he explained how they do the poetry themselves. Yeah, one of the biggest things they come up against was when they were told, for publication purposes and mainly worldwide, they would have to translate their poetry, whether it's Hindi, Hindu, or whatever, had to be translated into
yeah,
English before it would be accepted for the publication. Well, that's
yeah.
hold on.
It's sad, actually, isn't it? Yeah, it's quite
Yes,
sad.
it is very, very sad. Yeah.
Because I
So,
mean, it's interesting, but something does get lost in translation sometimes. It's very difficult. Even with the Spanish piece that I read, it's very beautifully done,
yeah,
but I really wonder what it was like in the original Spanish.
yeah.
Would be
That's
interesting
what
to know.
when I read it and I got that detail you got on the top of it's exactly as I received it. Yeah, they said
Yeah,
that gentleman had translated it, and I thought I wish I could speak Spanish and read the Spanish version
yeah,
just to get the
yeah,
gist of the feel of because like you said,
yeah,
there's always something lost in text and text being
yeah, a little bit.
passed along.
You notice it when you read books as well. If you read a book that you know well in your own language, in our case English, and then you read it in translation by two or three different translators,
Yeah,
it can sometimes be a completely different book, a different feel for the book.
for the
I
book
find
itself.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's it. I'm finished now. Hey, hey.
Christine, God, thank you for coming tonight. Really and truly, under the circumstances. Absolutely thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I might share the eulogy with you at a later date, but the family haven't seen it yet because
Yes,
I'm still working on it a bit. It's only a day old, so I like to leave it to sit for a while.
yeah.
And if I do read it on here, then I'll take out the personal names and just make it a bit more interesting. I mean, it's basically about our lives, but maybe you would like it, I think. I mean, I'll probably send it to you anyway,
Oh,
privately,
thank
because
you.
it's a sort of a
Oh,
story
beautiful.
of thing. And I know you like that sort of thing, don't you? So,
Oh, I do. Oh, I
yeah.
do, yeah.
So
I
I
look,
might send it to you. I want to share it with the family first,
oh,
and
please, yes.
and I need to practice the music bit because I can't play it very well on the piano at the moment, so I need to practice that so I can do it. Yeah, it's difficult. So
Practice makes perfect.
it does, my dear. And
Yeah.
I've got
I'm
to
sure
read
you
five
tell the
pages.
children this yourself, don't you?
Yeah, I've got to try. What I want to do is to try and put it all on the same recording so that the actual reading of the poetry or of the eulogy, and then the music comes immediately after it. So
Yeah.
they've got it on a recording if they want to play it at the funeral or anything, you know. But whether I can actually read 5 pages of emotional poetry about my dad and then play a really emotional piece of music, I don't know.
If
I'll
you
do
had
my
a
best.
child in front of you now from your class,
Yeah,
the first thing
yeah,
you'd be doing would be positivity. Yeah?
yeah,
And look on the positive side. Take the good memories and all of the best of memories. And the best memory, and I know nothing about you or your family, Christine, but the best memory of recent was when you were in Canada with your dad. Is that right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. That's
What
in
an
the poem as well.
absolute memory. And read your 5 pages based on those last moments.
Yeah, exactly.
And
That's a nice tip.
you
Thank
will
you, darling.
get through 5 pages, girl.
Yeah, I will. I've done it several times today. I've been practicing it today. So, you know, as I say, having grieved now and got some stuff out, some good stuff out,
Yeah.
I'm feeling stronger already now, you know. So, and I want to be able to do it for the family. It's my present to my dad, and, you know, so,
What a
yeah.
beautiful present. Absolutely beautiful. What the thought of
Yeah,
it. Beautiful.
I hope so. As I say, if I get it sorted, I'll perhaps send it across to you and then you can
Oh,
hear it.
Christine, I am
Okay?
honored. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. I shall love you and leave you then
Love you
tonight.
and leave you loads. And hopefully see you next Sunday. Please
Yeah,
God.
I'll let you know if anything transpires. I'll let you know if I can't be there. Okay. Yeah.
Christine, thanks a million again for being with us tonight. You've really stepped over the stone with this one. Thank you.
You're welcome. And thanks to all the poets for their lovely works to be able to read them. It's a real pleasure, a real joy to read your work.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Well, we'll have that joy again in 7 days.
We will do.
Yes. Christine, good night and God bless. And thank you.
You too. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Love to you all.
Love and hugs. Bye-bye, Christine.
Thank you. Bye, everyone. Have a lovely week.
Indeed. Bye-bye.
Bye.
What can I say? Christine, the lady that she is, has come to us tonight, and on top of everything she's been through for the week, this just shows the amount of love in this community. Beyond. Absolutely fantastic. Christine, from the bottom, for coming to read the poet's work here tonight. Wow. And you did read it absolutely beautifully. Let me see. Thilo, I can't add you now. I could at the start. Now you've disappeared off the ad. So I'm going to bring Myrna in. You better be on the ad when I come back. That's an order. Don't tell me I'm breaking up again. I am. I'm going on and off, on and off, on and off. But Myrna Dupree is going to come.
Okay, I'm moving.
There you go. Hello, Myrna. We got that ear again. Did you see? Just got the ear just in. There you go.
Yeah, I know. I had to move. I was charging my phone.
Nothing wrong with your ear, is there? Nothing at all.
I was charging my phone.
Charging.
Well, I was at church.
Just now.
There, hang on.
I have to stop moving my head and get a creep in my neck.
Is that what we're calling that? Okay.
But that's what Nina said. Don't move your head.
I'm not going there. I'm not.
Light keeps shining through. Because the light's behind me now. The sun's going to go in for setting, isn't it?
I'm not saying a word.
You said enough words. You joined with the gang earlier on when you first came in.
Hey, why not?
Trouble. Of course you're trouble. You're lots of trouble.
Church. I've been
Lots and lots. I'm going to move it closer to the table and kill that light off.
It's okay. It's okay. Though they've had their laugh at me this morning because I'm waiting for the bus to pick me up for church, and I forgot that it rained, and I had my little rain jacket on. I sat on the chair. Needless to say that I went to church with the back of my jeans totally wet, but it's okay. It's called my life.
My lips are sealed.
There you
Absolutely sealed. Charlotte's just said John has a hole in his head. It's took this long to notice. Oh, Charlotte. It is my halo shining. What do you mean I will tell people
Oh,
it is?
your oh,
It's my aura.
that's the whole. That's
That's
the
what it
halo in your
is.
head, where the halo. That's the hole in your head where the halo is screwed in. Oh gosh.
Yeah, it's screwed right to the neck bone. The neck bone attached to the tailbone.
I thought I heard you read poetry. Oh,
Hello, David Wagner. How are you? David's in.
hi, David.
Mina. Just thought I'd tell you, just in case.
Okay. Good. Okay, I was wondering, do you want me to read the one that we talked about first?
No, don't read tonight. We'll just sit here and have a chat.
No. What I'm talking about,
leave the poetry where it is. You've heard enough.
The Guess Me poem.
What?
You remember the one we talked about, the Guess Who Wrote It, but we weren't going to say who wrote it? I mean, this is going to be guess if it was male or female?
Yeah. You've
that
lost
one first.
You're doing that one first?
Yes.
Why do you not like the other ones?
I do, but I want that one first so that people would have time to put in their guesses.
There you go again. You have favorites now. This is your favorites. You got to go first.
No. I didn't say.
God almighty.
Gosh. Anyway.
Go on.
This is the guess. This is the Guess Me poem for the night, and
so we have to guess if it's a male or a female.
Guess if it's a male or a female, and good luck with that is all I'm saying. Okay, no title. You won't need one.
And please, don't say the name of the poet.
I'm not. You don't either. I stood in my father's apartment after his funeral. It felt empty, as if a big something was missing. There was a big hole in its feeling. He had been to the hospital for weeks before he passed. Now the place was cold and musty. I felt like I was an intruder in some dusty old temple, a sacrilege to a man's life. Looking around at his trinkets and bits and bobs on the dusty shelves and unfinished books, piles of newspapers, and his empty chair, old, worn, and stained, stood like an abandoned throne. I thought, is this what man's whole life comes to? These worthless things? I mean, is this what we are destined to be in the end? Piles of old junk, faded pictures of long gone and forgotten people, ashtrays full. I turned to leave and locked the door behind me, leaving the ghost voices whispering and heckling, whispering and locking in past memories, good and bad. Now you tell me if that was male or female, and good luck.
I'll tell you the name if you want.
No, nobody would. This was your idea, so you go with it.
It is a beautiful poem. It's a lovely, lovely poem. It's a great reminiscent ramble. I just got to say hello to Wendy Rycroft. Hello, Wendy. She was writing a poem when she realised the show was on. But the poem got put aside. Did you see that? Because Wendy's in with us now.
Good.
Diane Borges is saying it's a male poet. Chris Edridge is saying it's a male poet. Now, someone is going to say it's a female poet. But what if it's not either? We got a bit of a situation here now, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Wow. We never asked that person that question.
That's
did we?
right, we didn't. No, you didn't.
No.
You sent it to me.
Hey, why is it always we when you're in trouble? When I'm in trouble, it's just me. You throw the book at me, you do.
Well, no, because I could have looked it up too, and I didn't.
Oh, I haven't forgotten to reveal the name of the hidden poet from last week, Christine. If you remember, I said on the show, I will reveal it next week. And I wasn't joking, although I laughed. I wasn't joking at all. I held it till this week. And none of you still know who it was last week. I didn't. Honestly, Alexandra, I didn't write it. I promise. I didn't write that one. And I didn't write the one last week either. But do you think I should put people out of their misery for last week?
Yeah, do that first.
You taught Myrna very well, Nina. Yes, you did. I don't know what you taught her. Maybe just how to be trouble, because you're trouble as well. But last week, the poet wasn't named. Do you remember? And you still haven't come up with the name. And I knew who it was straight away. I just knew it.
I didn't.
Straight away. You hadn't got a clue. I knew it.
No, I haven't got a clue.
Now, Diane was thinking the same. Diane thought it was me as well. No, definitely not me. I can't hold my hands up to that one. I give all credit to the true poet. Well, for last week's one, I'll tell you at the end of the show.
Okay. Do you want to keep this one to divulge whether it was male or female till the end of the show?
Oh, see what I mean? You pass your workload on to me, totally. Look, why, you, John, do you want to do this, John? This is Myrna's poem.
Because
Myrna
sure
has
if it's
read
male or
it.
female.
Myrna has to make the revelation. This is your baby.
Well, my baby doesn't have. No, I'm not going to say it.
Christine's brother.
Mhm.
No, you can't have that. If he doesn't forget, Myrna, she said, Christine, if he doesn't forget. No, I'm going to write it down right here now.
Okay, do you want me to go with my next two newbies?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah. I'm going home now. It's got to get me cold.
Do what now? Go on.
Go on then. Who are you going to read next? Who's your next?
My next one is Again. And this is by...
Say that again.
Huh?
Your next one is what?
Again.
Again.
It's called Again. And this is by a very dear longtime friend of mine.
Again.
Again. Again. Again. And
you keep saying that again and again and again.
That's right. You got it into your head?
Yeah, so you do.
You have it in your head now? This is by a very dear and old...
Sandra, take it easy, love. And it's thank you for popping in. Delighted to see you here tonight. Sorry, Myrna.
That's okay. No, fine. This is by a dear and old friend of mine named Celie O'Brien. She is an awesome writer, and I hope to be able to bring her to the show more in the future. But this is her poem, Again.
Where is she? Where is she?
I don't know. Well, I didn't send the link. I will believe me. Look, when I said I had to come in right.
When you said bring her to the show, I thought you were going to sit her beside you.
Oh, no. She doesn't live that close.
Well, take a trip up. Just.
Sure. Well, here's her poem again. Those were brutal times when lamentations echoed in the wind, and the furnace of anger dried the taste of tears. Growing stronger, evolving to revenge, proud and arrogant, casting shadows far and wide, eclipsing the sun of reason, the true embodiment of sin. Wow, that's all I can say.
Ooh, man.
I know.
Where did you pull that one from?
From Celie's Seeley's work.
Because that was one of your selections.
That's one of my selections.
That was one of your selections, yes.
I just thought, wow. I mean, I just thought it was so deep and so, yeah.
Oh, it was deep, all right. Without a shadow of doubt.
Yeah, I was just like, so, because she doesn't usually write this way. So I'm like, I don't know where this came from, girl, but this has got to be read.
Wow, now I
And
see
she
what you
is
meant when you
so
said
awesome.
bring her on
And the
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 show.
next one is another newbie. And the writer's name is, let me go to the bottom so I can not mess it up. Kathy N. Doucette. And the title of the poem is Teardrops and Feathers. And I'm going to tell you, this one touched my heart so deeply. And I think it will to a lot of people. Teardrops and Feathers. I saw an angel from God today, and he carried my tears. Every drop I ever cried throughout all of my years. His burden seemed quite heavy, a sack filled with jars, and each one had a label that I could read from afar. He carried the happy, he carried the mad. He could name every tear, from my laughter to when I was sad. He even had the tears I cried seconds after my birth. Every single tear I cried here on this earth. I knew that our meeting was destined by fate, yet I felt for my angel who carried such a weight. And the jar that had held my sad tears was bigger than the rest. I knew they were the heaviest, so I hung my head to my chest. He said, "Do not be ashamed, child, for they are a sign of release. You shed all of these tears when your heart needed peace. You always had faith in God, and you never severed that tether." Then he handed me the sack, and it was as light as a feather. He explained, "All of these tears I carry on my back. They all went to God before being placed in this sack. So go on now, child, and have faith during every test, as I continue to follow you from your birth to your death." Then I walked away with a smile, thanking God for always being near, and felt my angel from God as he gathered yet another tear. Echoes of the Soul.
That is one of the most beautiful poems.
I can't believe I
Up
got through that.
inspiring. It's got everything within. That is one
I can't believe
beautiful.
I got through that. That was hard to read because it touched me so.
It is a beautiful, beautiful piece.
And actually
When
something I've experienced, because of all that I've been through. And it just really moved me beyond tears. I can say that.
definitely, definitely, and I'm sure there's going to be many more out there with the same feelings listening to this tonight, Marna.
Like I said, I wasn't
Nina,
sure I'd be able to get
Nina
through
came
it.
across it. When Nina came across it, she
Thank
she
you,
texted me.
Nina. That was beautiful. Oh my gosh.
It is absolutely beautiful, beautiful piece. So meaningful, so intentful, absolutely wonderful.
It was. I mean, like I said, I related to that on so many levels. And like I said, I have an angel from God who has been with me and actually kind of told me the same thing. It's okay to cry. Go ahead and cry. But we will take these tears and we will, you know, and I've written lots of poetry about tears. So this really meant a lot to me. So I thank you for sending
There's
it.
some beautiful compliments for your read of that one. Very emotional read, great read from Asoki Kumar Mitra.
Thank you.
And Christine Barker says, well done, Marna. You read so tenderly. And you did. You had it all in there. As much as the poem held, you produced. Really and truly. That was beautiful all around.
Thank you so much, guys. I was just so afraid I wouldn't give it justice because it touched me so, but you know.
Oh, you gave that great justice then. Absolutely great justice.
Good, because now I'm going to make y'all all laugh.
After that?
Yeah.
You're going to make us laugh?
Uh-huh. Because now I'm going to read mine. And you've already read it, so I don't want to hear nothing. He knows what's in store. The next one is one of my poems. And the title of it is Poetry's Best. And yes, best does have a question mark. And you will understand why.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, they will too. Are we ready? Poetry's Best. Amid a celebration of poetry's best, said to honor those of significance, words chose to mill among the invited guests and was stunned by their perceived importance. Sirs ink and pen were caught in a fierce debate of the merits each brought to poetry, while paper mused at its own worthiness, and muse papered the room with opinions, as pathos groaned and passion moaned, prose and rhyme argued, each declaring themselves master of the poetic rules. Words overheard bits and snatches. A poem sublime is defined by rhyme, and all should be free in poetry. Meter heard this too, but merely smiled, danced on iambic feet, and tiptoed away into a sonnet's dream. And so it was, after a toast of imagery's wine, where each guest boasted, declared their own superiority, ignoring words altogether still, that words decided to bid them all a sweet adieu, and with a wink of mischief, named Silence, the master of ceremonies. The moral is never underestimate the power of words.
Excellent, Marna.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
That was so much fun to write. And I'll tell you what the
Oh,
inspiration was because, I do work on this website. And sometimes, they get into little debates among each other. And because I moderate, I got wind of this debate. And I'm like thinking, oh my God, do they not realize it's about the words? So the next thing I know, I wrote this.
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Because my thing is,
God, your mind works mysterious.
well, where would we be if words did declare silence the master of ceremonies?
That's the great thing about words. Wherever you place them, makes it what it is, doesn't it?
And to me, so many people like they want to decorate their words and think, you know what? Words have the power, and that's why I use the moral. Never underestimate the power of words, because they can walk away from you anytime they please.
Exactly. They can leave you with a white piece of paper. Hello, Janice Fisher. Lovely to see you coming in. And Wendy Rycroft, you are most welcome.
Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad you enjoyed my reading tonight. I was 3 different kinds of poetry. I mean, 4, whatever. How many I read? No, 4. Jeez, kind of long.
Oi. Haven't you forgotten to tell us something?
Oh, are y'all ready for me to tell y'all?
Was she male or was he female?
Well, the truth is, I really don't know. We will tell you the author's name is Chris Page, but we don't know if that's Chris male or if it's Chris female.
Okay,
We'll
I'll help
find
you.
out.
It's Chris.
We'll find out for next week.
It's Chris Mail.
It's Chris Male. Okay. See, because I had no clue when I was reading that. I'll be honest, because
We had Chris on 2 weeks ago. Chris Page.
oh, that's
2 weeks
true.
ago. Yeah.
That's true. Because I can tell you, to be honest with you, after the loss of my dad, I could have written that. So that's why I said I had no idea myself. I didn't know. I didn't put two and two together. So it was male. Okay.
Yes, it was.
Well, thank
It
you,
was.
everyone, and I will leave you to whatever John has in store for y'all. Which
Hey, she's jumping ship again. She's brilliant.
no, I'm not jumping ship. I'll be here as long as you want. And if you need me to read a quote or two, just let me know. I could actually read some now.
Do you know what? I could bring you back at the end again, couldn't I? We could do the quote and the moral story together.
Well, I'm gonna put it to you this way. You know when
You're getting the bus, I know.
yeah, when I told you last week that God was really like talking to me way too much because he gave me 4.
Yeah.
He did the same thing to me yesterday.
Thank God it was yes. I thought you were gonna say he was here, but it was for the show.
No, he did that to me yesterday.
Go on.
So what I did, instead of sending 2 quotes yesterday and 2 quotes today, I sent 4 weekend quotes. So they got all 4 at one time.
Right. So when Nina and I are finished,
Okay.
yeah, we will have that.
I will read you a couple of them if you want.
The ship of friendship, the moral story, yeah?
Yep.
For tonight. It's called Ship of Friendship.
Remember, never underestimate the power of words.
No. Ever. Not ever. Oh, thank you, Diane. There you go. Lovely poems and reading, Marna, Diane said.
Thank you so much. You guys
Right.
have a great time, great week, and Nina and John, go for it. You never
You tried to confuse me now.
What?
Have a great week. I thought you were coming back at the end.
I am, but you're about to do your thing.
I know.
Well, do your thing, and then I'll come back.
I'm gonna do my thing.
That scares me now
Right.
that I've said that. Okay.
Go get yourself a nice coffee.
That's what I have now, actually. Look, are you
There you
kidding
go.
me? I even made coffee today. I got coffee before. I had coffee on my way to church. I got coffee when I got there. I got coffee when I went to my naughty chair. I got coffee when I went to Bible study, and I got coffee when I got home.
I think it's you that keeps God up all night, not him keeping you up all night.
Yeah, it's okay. Caffeine works.
Right, I'm gonna get off and get Nina.
Okay, we'll see you in a little bit.
I'll catch you when I come back.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. He doesn't know what his thing is. He's so confused, this lad. I mean, he's absolutely confused to death. Let me see. Nina, stop messing about. You've done it again. Now stop plumbing along. This is no good to me if you're not on ad. This is every week. This is 4 weeks in a row you've done this. Every time I tried to get you. So you got to go out and come back in. You know the routine. Or did you already go out and come back in? You've ruined the routine. Oh, goodness me. Well, what am I supposed to do when you can't get the team in line? I mean, you'd be dropped from the England squad straight away. You would. You're still outside. You're still not in. I'm gonna have to do the rest of this on my own at this rate of going. This is absolutely crazy. Now, I can get. Do you know what? I can get about 57,000 people on here except you. Lord God, give me patience. Once I run out of this, I'm finished. You know this, don't you? I've only got 2 poems tonight now. And do you know what? I love the one I'm going to read first. And this is from a great friend of mine from the poetry groups. We've written a few places together, and I love her to pieces. Her name's Heather Turner, Scottish lassie. She's a lovely girl. So Hev, I won't call you Heather this time, I'll call you Hev, because you love signing off like that. And I love this one, it's called If I Loved You. And it's in two halves, it's in two pieces, two parts. And the second part is called If You Wronged Me. So you get the idea, don't you? You get the idea of the poem. Love this one, I do. If I loved you. Probably not, Chris. No. Okay, if I loved you. If you were a book, I'd take you to bed. I would scan every page until I had you read. If you were a letter delivered by mail, I'd hope for your scent, which I'd gladly inhale. If you were a pencil, I would be easily led. I would never erase you from inside my head. If you were a ruler, I'd be straight as a poker. I would never waver, but if you did, I'd choke her. If you were an envelope, I would try to climb inside. I would let someone lick you, but I'd be your bride. If you were just all of the things I've listed above, I would know that together we were written by love. If you wronged me, if you were a book, I would tear you to shreds. I would burn you along with our marital bed. If you were a letter, I'd stamp you on receipt. I'd shame you and name you for committing deceit. If you were a pencil, I'd shave you of wood. I would break the lead remaining, as like you it's no good. If you were a ruler, I'd cut you down to size. I would know all those inches were measured by lies. If you were a letter, I would see you say sealed. I'd make sure your deception could not be revealed. So if you are reading this, take notice, be warned. For love has many replies, once it has been scorned. A woman scorned, ooh, love scorned. Everything is about being scorned. I love that, Hev. Absolutely love that one. And thanks a million for your permission to read that one tonight. I'll put it over in the pile that's read already, because I haven't read that yet. It's the first on the pile. Let me go and see if I can find Nina Tilo. See? I don't know what you do, Tilo, but I'm going to add you in anyway. Here you go. Here she comes. Hello, Nina. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you? You look a bit less dusty now.
Well, there you go. I could have. Oh, it doesn't matter now, does it?
What the in answer to probably not, Chris, it was him asking if you'd taken your pill. I said probably not.
I did.
Did you?
I did. Do you know, I'm quite pleased with myself. In 14 days, I've had 13 pills. That's not bad going.
That's pretty good going.
That's very good going with this. I'm quite pleased.
How long it took to get you convinced to take one in the first place.
Well, they do say keep taking the tablets. I do try.
Yeah. You're very trying. I don't know about you do try.
Oh, God almighty. I'm beginning to realise this. Wasn't that beautiful from Charlotte that time he has a hole in his head? But you rode in there on a white steed to me there, Nina, and you said, he'll say it's his halo. You gave me the armour.
I can't let you, have all the glory, can I? I've got to shoot you down a bit.
It was a halo, all right, with an aura.
Yeah, that'd be it.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know what colour your aura is.
Do you know what? Isn't it quite strange? The poetry this week towards last week. Last week
different
was really heavy, sad.
Yeah.
This week it's quite uplifting and upbeat, isn't it?
I know. We were talking about that in the week. It's bizarre because we all go out hunting. We don't have anything in mind. We literally just go looking through the groups and take whatever takes our fancy, really. And it was just pure coincidence how it worked out last week that there were a lot of quite heavy, serious ones. And we didn't actually realise until the show had finished that that's how it had worked out. So, yeah, just random, really.
It's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? How random that is. It's like Marna. I know was it 2 we sent over to Marna, one from Chris and one from that lady?
Canthy, yeah.
Yes, from Canty.
Yeah.
We sent one from Canty and one from Chris.
Yeah.
And the other 2 she picked herself.
Yeah.
I went and got my own.
Yeah.
Which I normally do because you won't do it for me.
I think I do quite enough, thank you, Mr. Kavanagh. You exhaust
just
me.
can't get the staff, honest to God. Hello, Timothy Payton. There you go. Everyone's here, he said. Of course, everyone here. And everyone here. That means you and Christine and Charlotte and everybody in the community.
Everybody's in the house.
You're really...
What you got there?
Vodka.
Gin. You beat the snow cone earlier.
Vodka.
Yeah. Right, shall I start?
Why?
Because that's what we're here for. No.
And do you know what? When it comes to poetry, why is it always we're here for? You're like Marna, you are. It becomes we.
Yes. What are you?
Yeah.
Scotch Mist? You're not involved in this?
Yeah, but I don't want to do poetry now.
What do you want to do then? Another crossword?
Let's do a crossword. Yeah,
Okay, then. I think
let's have a crossword.
I think the audience might get a bit bored if they sit there watching us do a cryptic crossword. Right. So I've
Many have you got for us? You've not. You know what? You come on here. You just want to read poetry. You won't tell us what you've got, who you've got, how many you've got. It's like the Holy Grail.
Why should you need to know? It's a surprise for you as much as everybody else. I actually did a little bit of a swapsy at the 11th hour today because I'd already got one from Jo Wiggins, and then she put one up earlier today, and I was like, oh, got to have that one. So bless her, I said to her, can I steal your latest poem? And she said, oh, bless her, she messaged back and she said, I trust you with all my poems. And I thought that was such a sweet thing to say. Thought, right, I'm going to go and publish them now then.
You've just binned one of them to take another. I don't believe this. Go on then.
There you go, Jo loves me. Okay, so this is called Woven Nightmares. Rage resides inside of me, stifling the air of which I breathe, poisoning the thoughts I spin as the darkened nightmares start to weave. Visions betwixt my sane knowings, confusing all rational facts. Peekaboo playing in jest, have me spinning and turning back. Settle and calm I do try, between the turmoil and plunder of mind, though the entrance of reason escapes me, with just the door to doom to find. And find this I do very quickly. The threshold waits patiently for one such as I. Its welcome mat placed ready for feet, those as foolish as those are of mine. The door is ajar with a cunning, slightly tempting the cautious of souls. Shadows hide proof of the fate of the fallen, those who once resided within these dark walls. A chiming of melody calming greets ears that are greedy for rest, and the sweet scent of memories tender quiets a restless heart in my chest. Still a tremble erupts out of instinct, and step backwards I try in my earnest, yet I'm pulled into what want my desires, of the lessons of life I've not learned. Will the tranquil of dreams be my owning? Will the calm of thoughts comfort me? Will a peace grace my soul as a blanket? And will the reason of mind set me free? It's this fear of failing that thrives, that feeds the mind as it spins, and I'm caught in the web that's woven by he that weaves nightmares and grins.
Wow.
Dark, dark, dark.
You kept that so quiet to yourself. You didn't even say to me, go have a look.
Nope.
Was you afraid I would take it to read it? Or
Yeah.
something? Yeah. You were terrified. Absolutely terrified.
I learned my lesson last week.
You did, didn't you?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't really that. It literally came up at the 11th hour. I spotted it earlier today, and I thought, oh, I've got to have that one. I've got to have that one. So,
Isn't it great? I mean, as you said, Nina, there a couple of minutes ago, we go and hunt for our own poetry mainly, to have our own poetry to bring,
yeah.
And yet, you've come across that one and you got that feeling. I'm sure Marna does, and I do. I certainly get that feeling as well.
Yeah. Well,
I've gone through something.
This is it. I mean, a different poetry is going to speak to different people, isn't it? I mean, the thing is, I do like a mixture right across the board. You know, I do like the dark stuff. I do like the comedy. I like a little bit of hearts and flowers. I'm not the most romantic of people. I don't like too much in the way of sloppy romance. So I leave that to you. I leave all the hearts and flowers to you.
I might as well not read the next poem.
Let me guess, it's got angels in it.
Angel, yeah, it's there.
Yeah. Bless you. Oh dear.
I just want to say hello to Mary Piroja Flores. There's lots of people have seen this lady coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with the name because I don't always get the names as they're going up through the screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to say welcome and welcome in.
Welcome everybody.
As we've seen again this week, Nina, the following numbers have grown again, haven't they?
Yeah. I said, oh, we're growing or we're spreading or something like that, and your response was, yeah, like a plague. So
well, look what happened to America after the bubonic plague, you know, and what happened from the famine plague in Ireland, you know.
Yeah.
It became full. Look at the size of it now.
I know. So, yeah,
we're name is Paddy.
Onwards and upwards. We're doing great things, and word's getting out there. It's brilliant.
It is.
Every time.
One of these nights, we'll have to have one of those shows you and I had the other night of the Paddy and Mick jokes. So that was a great night. That was absolutely brilliant. That was absolutely wonderful. Do you remember when they
Stop?
Stop. What was the one?
Stop.
No, you got to tell one or two of them now, Nina. You got to remind you now. The one on the building site. Go on, tell it. Go on. Paddy Mick on the building site. Go on, tell it. Go on.
I haven't got it here. I haven't got it. Tough.
You don't have to, because when on the building site, he's going to hang upside down, won't he?
Yeah.
Get sent home for being mad.
Yeah. I think you need to be as well.
So Mick gets sent home for being mad.
Yeah.
Hang up on the rafter.
Yeah.
Gaffer comes along and says,
if I can find it, I'll read
you're mad. Let me tell a joke.
If I can find it, I'll read it at the end, all right?
Will you?
That one's one of the cleaner ones we can read.
It's a safe bet.
Right. And here we have one.
Oh,
she debuted with us last week, Sheila Webb, and she's put some amazing pieces up in the group. And I jumped on this one again because this one, this type of poetry speaks to me really. So again, it's kind of a little bit of a twist in the tale at the end, and I love these.
Does that mean there's no angels in it?
Not one.
Typical. Go on.
Look, I'm the dark to your light. We balance each other, you see. You're all angels, I'm all devil. Oh no, that okay. The Passenger by Sheila Webb. He drove along, and as he did, the twilight filtered down and settled in the shadows all around the town. He'd had a busy evening, he'd had a busy day, so thought he would go out for a drive to blow his woes away. Then as he left the highway and drove along a lane, he felt an eerie silence as the evening turned to rain. Then from a little spit and spot, a little splash or two, the skies turned to an angry grey from an early evening hue. With the weather soon against him, his wipers now on fast, a young girl stepped into the road, right there in his path. His brakes flew into action, it made him brace and lurch. That evening in the driving rain, and just beside the church, the girl stood there so very still, as though she were in shock. No coat, no umbrella, just a little summer frock. She looked so cold and desperate, abandoned and alone. But as she didn't seem hurt at all, he offered to drive her home. His passenger sat quietly, pointing the way to go. But just what was she feeling? She didn't let him know. They soon arrived at a big old house that had seen better days, but thought once he'd settled her into the warm, he'd be on his way. A kind-looking man opened the door and gave a little wry smile, saying, "Did you pick up my daughter back along the lane a mile?" The driver told him of the night, then turned around to see no young girl there behind him, and wondered how this could be. The man's face lit up like a lamp and said, "Thank you, young man. You're the sixth one now to meet her and bring her safely home. She was sadly taken from us 7 years ago, when a driver swerved there by the church, and we just miss her so. But every anniversary, we never feel alone, as someone just as kind as you always brings her home."
It's a beautiful piece. Absolutely wonderful piece.
Oh, that one
Wonderful.
gave me the goosebumps.
Oh yes, it's odd. The poem itself. I remember, going back nearly 20 years. I had a lad I worked with at the security in Group 4. Darren had given me an old tape. Yes, remember we used to have tapes. And it was ghost stories.
Well
Ghost
done.
stories from the
Yeah.
And the story is very similar to the story of the poem just now. A lad going home to Smithdown Road, and on a corner, the girl in the lashings of rain, he picks her up,
Yeah.
to bring her home. And she asks him, "Can you just wait here? I've just got to run into the house."
Right.
And she went out of the car, and she runs down. The house is two houses down, in behind the hedge. When he gets there, he knocks on the door, and the father answers the door. He's got an Alsatian by his side. The guy said, "Look what he said. I'm out there 15 minutes now waiting." She said, "Just wait until I give her a lift over to her friends." Blah, 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 blah. So the father brought him in.
Yeah.
The whole shrine he had built to the daughter was inside of the house, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow. Just brought back total memories of reading that story.
I know. That one, yeah.
Hearing it on the tape.
It's I mean, it's got a lovely feel to it, obviously.
It has, yeah.
Yeah, what a whole story in one poem. You know, it just very, very beautiful, right? Very clever, right? Yeah, that one will sit with me for a while, I think.
Oh yeah, absolutely, big time.
Yeah, and then I have actually I did the same with this one. I'm getting a little bit naughty because I saw one from this lady, and then she put another one up, and I thought, oh, I like that one. So I'm a bit kind of spoilt for choice, really. So yeah, not that I think that one's any better than the other or anything like that, but I just
Fool me.
Too many hands out there. I'm kind of grabbing everything at the moment.
Yeah.
So.
That's your story. You're sticking to it.
Yeah, too right I am. So this is Message from the Moon by Kathy Waggoner Coates.
Can I ask you one question just before you read it?
If you must.
Which one did you not read?
I can't remember.
Oh, tip. Go on. Message from the Moon.
I'll find it another week.
Calling occupants of interplanetary craft. Here we go.
Okay.
Cool.
I hear the scuffling in the sky as the moon moans and stars huddle to discuss their curiosities. She cries in the shadows of her own light, dripping tears in the shape of her animosities. Sleeping birds gather in fear, try to blend in with the trees. The world stops to stare at a storm of such rarities. Voices simmer to a hush, all eyes focused on the moon, flushed with reddened cheeks and frustration of disparities. Her lips formulating words to blow as wind across the sky. She sobs a breeze and the world falls to its knees as they hear her desperate pleas to cease and desist atrocities, extinguishing the existence of love and peace and harmonies in this beautiful world of ours.
It's a lovely picture to that one, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Lovely picture. That
Yeah.
one.
But I just think it sums up brilliantly at the end, doesn't it? Pretty much what everybody would want, really.
Yeah. Do you know, it's that is the thing. We have so much in common, every one of us in our individuality.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the end, that end piece is absolutely brilliant to put it in its own perspective, isn't it?
Yeah. It's clever the way it starts out, actually, because you don't realise where it's going. And then it kind of does an almost, 180 in the middle and twists itself round. And then it's a very brilliant. I loved it. That's why I liked, I stole that one instead.
Yeah, there you go. Next week I will be bringing you.
With
Who have I got? No, it might change by then. I'm sorry.
You never know what's coming, do you? Hey? And this
With
one,
you, no.
this one, I did stick to this one because this one's so lovely. I had to keep this one. And it's by a lady called Christina Bray. We have read her once before, I think, but she doesn't post that often. When she does, she kind of posts 3 in a row, and they're always
I just don't remember the name.
wonderful. And yeah, I jumped on this one when I saw it. And it's to her husband. It's basically a letter to her husband, and it says, "When I tell you that I love you, when I tell you that I love you, it is not a thing of habit, no careless plume of syllables tossed out upon the wind, not just the punctuation that ends a conversation, but something more significant and deep. When I tell you that I love you, what I mean is that you are the author of my sighs, that I've numbered each fibre of your being and read the stories written in your eyes, that you are my first thought each waking morning, and I dream of your happiness at night. I know that all the care of this weary world fades away when your warm arms hold me tight. I mean that when my eyes light on your sweet smile, I know that I will never be alone, and that the barest touch of your beloved palms ignites my heart and makes it whisper, home. I mean that from the first I have adored you, that your hand held in mine makes my soul sing, and that I, always will love you, my first, my last, my heart, my everything."
That's a great question from Christine.
I know.
I didn't like the lovely stuff, Nina.
Well,
That is beautiful. That is absolutely
I had a weak moment.
beautiful.
What can I say? I'm not feeling very well.
Wow. I have to have a word with Sandra. I need a letter like that.
You'll be lucky.
Lucky isn't the word.
Yeah.
I would need a miracle.
Yeah. No, I have my moments. I have my mushy moments. They're very
Just
cute.
going to go back a little bit just for a second because I hate when I miss out on something that might be important. I nearly fell off the table that time. Did you see that? Mary Firoja Flores has asked, can I share my poetry for you to read? Of course you can, Mary. We will be glad to read your poetry, or if you want to come on and read it alongside us, it is all up to yourself. We're in Messenger. You can get Nina, you can get Christine, you can get me, you can get Marna. We're all in the Messenger. And whoever you want to speak to, absolutely no problem. You're welcome.
Done?
I'm done.
Lovely.
That's it.
And then we have another new person, Shalini Singh. And I was so determined I wanted this one that I hunted her down because she hadn't picked up my message in Messenger. Like, I can be quite relentless, really, when there's something, a poem in particular that I want. So I ended up having to message her in public.
I'll vouch for that.
Yeah, but it's all to the greater cause, isn't it? That's the thing.
But I mean, like I was saying earlier on, when they realise they have the message and they do get back. I mean, we have an outstanding record at the moment, haven't we? Somebody came back after 3 weeks.
Yeah, probably more than that, actually. Yeah.
Show was gone, like, yeah, you missed the boat.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we will always take people. If they come back, no matter how,
It doesn't matter how long, Once they pick up the message, we will do it on the week that the show, the message is received.
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
And this is called...
Terrible reaction to my tablets, actually. I've got to go back to the leaflet and read about it because instead if you break out in a rash or if you get these lumps and bumps, I get lumps and bumps everywhere, Nina, on my fingers, on my hand,
Heat rash.
my arm.
Heat rash.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Stop
Just
being
keep
a
taking
pansy.
the tablets. Be okay.
Stop being a pansy. You'll be all right. This is called Unrelenting Music. I'll talk to you later. Okay. Unrelenting Music by Shalini Singh.
No, we'll sing if you want, yeah. Go on.
When the vibration of my breath matches with that of my heartbeat, I feel alive, full of life. It creates a music so melodious that my soul loves to listen to. Music that rules the soul, something that I don't just listen to. I rejoice it over and over again. Sometimes I even play it. I love to strike my fingers on the strings of my heart, feeling every vibration, every note, high or low, creating a perfect harmonious music, transporting my soul and mind to a place they always were destined to be. I relive it, capturing every moment that it creates, allowing music to become my guide for that moment. It rules over me and I willingly let it rule. Unrelenting seems to me the music and the spirit within me. And I love my music. Music is everything to me. I would have music on 24/7 if I could. So that piece really spoke to me.
Oh, that it spoke to me as well. That's the Shalini one, yeah. That spoke to me too. Music, I think, for everybody,
Yeah.
whether it's in the background or in the foreground, it makes no difference.
Yeah.
You got to be singing it in your mind either way, no matter what.
Yeah, and music.
I know. I'm coming back now. Here I am. I'm back. Hello.
You've got a song
You
for
got
me?
Yeah, got a song. It's just Christine said, "Please don't sing, John. Don't sing, John." I don't know the song, John, but
Do you know?
here's
Do
a
you know
song.
what do you know what I can
learned
imagine
this.
you singing?
No, you need some imagination for that.
No, I can
You would
imagine you
need.
singing that Joe
Listen,
Pasquale.
I'll let you in on a secret right
What?
now. A little secret right now.
Yeah.
In 1974, I lost the World Singing Championship shower singing. I even got banned. How is that? I've never been allowed to even go on The Voice.
That's quite some going, actually. Yeah, that's
It
you
is,
should be
yeah.
proud of that. I think.
I am.
I can imagine you
got a
singing that Joe
certificate to prove
Pasquale
it,
song.
actually.
Hey,
Hey?
that Joe Pasquale song. You know the one? I know a song that will get on your nerves, get on your nerves, get on your nerves. Do you know that one?
Oh.
Google it. Google it.
I got to learn it for next Sunday.
Yeah, yeah.
The only
It just
song I
keeps
ever
going round
learned
in a
was
loop, and it.
the only song I ever learned was called. I mean, I learned it with me son Anthony many years ago. Right? Great song. It was like down at the station early in the morning. For trains all in a row. That was my favourite song for years. That was.
Oh, bless.
Oh, it was brilliant. You remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
Oh God,
Yeah.
thank I wasn't the only one. I knew
Yeah.
I wasn't dreaming.
Yeah. My mum used to sing a lot of songs to Joshua actually when he was little. It's lovely. I love all that sort of thing. It's really sweet. People don't do that so much now.
You can't play the piano to that one for me, Christine. There you go. Put sound to that, girl.
She's got a reputation to uphold.
And you do one with that song I've just sung.
Lovely. People will wonder what on earth they've tuned into. Okay. And then we have one by Eva Marie Cagley. And it is called I Shall Always Think of You. And this one is, it's lovely. And it has it's almost like a song, really. It has like a one-line chorus in between. Whenever I see a field full of flowers, when winter's snow brings sparkling showers, and when eagles go soaring by ever so high, as the river travels its journey by and by, I shall think of you. As I watch the moon sitting on a starlit night, during my quiet hours when I read and write, and in the morning with daybreak's first light, as well as at night during my sleepless plight, I shall think of you. And when I give a friend a heartfelt hug, or read a poem about people in love, and in this life when I draw my last breath, I shall think of you. I shall always think of you.
So that's a real soul-made piece, isn't it?
Oh, isn't it lovely?
An absolute. You keep telling us you don't like the lovely ones. Look at you, you're drooling.
You gave me that one, but I would have picked it probably anyway. But yeah, no, lovely, really sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to dark.
It's really sweet, actually. Yeah.
I've got a rep to keep up.
Zip.
Yeah. What can I say?
My lips are sealed.
There is a heart in there after all.
Where?
I don't know. Hang on. No, it's gone.
Gone.
Yeah.
Thought so.
Gone. Yeah. Turned to stone.
Nina, I'm telling you, it's a reaction to the tablets. I'm itching all over.
No, you're not. You got covered in dust earlier. That's all it is. Stop
Go
it.
on.
Right. Okay. And this one, this one's going to be hard for me to read because it is written by my friend. And I know the circumstances behind why this was written. So she doesn't write poetry like everyone else on the show does. She writes, little bits and pieces. She'll never put them out there. She didn't particularly want to be known. I did put it in the group for her, but at the time she didn't even want to have her name to it. But she's quite happy for her name to be given out tonight. So this is by my very dear friend Beth Evans, and it's called Take My Hand.
It's beautiful, this one, yeah.
My heart is breaking as I watch you fighting. Through every single day, I see your pain, and I wish again that I could take your place. You deserve life and the joy of living, not this thing you have been given. You are strong inside, but you refuse to know it, weary of the place you're in, afraid to move forward. Scared of staying still, I long to get it for you, the elusive magic pill. I pray every day for there to be a way to release you from this ill. Take my love, wholly given. Take my hand, I won't let go. I'm right by your side on this tumultuous ride to its end and evermore. Sorry.
Take your time.
Oh, that's it. That's the end.
I think when I read this one in the group, Nina, when you introduced me when you told me it was actually gone into the group, you'd put it in the group, yeah? When I went into the group and I had a read of the poem, and I came back and I spoke to you about the poem, yeah, and you told me that Beth didn't want her name up on the page, yeah?
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand when people don't want the names put up on something, but when you're writing something like that, as I said in the comment to Beth, parents' worst nightmare, you cannot do enough for your child.
No, I know.
And to write something like that lets other parents know there are many parents fighting similar circumstances and they can't do enough.
No.
It's an overpowering piece, it really and truly is. I can see exactly how it's hit you, and I absolutely understand how hard.
I probably shouldn't have tried to read that one. I'm sorry if people couldn't hear it. It will be put up in the comments afterwards for people to read again for themselves. I probably should have given it to you or Christine or somebody to read. Yeah. I mean,
Do you think I wouldn't have cried at that?
Sorry?
You think I wouldn't have cried at that?
No,
No, it's the emotion is a real emotion that's in the piece.
Yeah.
It's the total emotion. When a heart speaks to a heart or speaks of a heart and a soul, as I said, it's mother-daughter, it's parent-child.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're supposed to be the super people that protect them, and all of a sudden we don't have all that stuff that they think we do. Yeah?
I know. It's what she says. I long to get it for you, the elusive magic pill.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Exactly.
it's yeah. I obviously won't go into details, but it's every minute of every day. Yeah, really a really awful hard situation, and yeah, to see people you love going through that, you know, I of course I'm there, you know, but there's only so much I can do. There's only so much she can do, and she has to watch her daughter go through this, and it's yeah, I'm glad she wrote it. I am glad she wrote it, and I'm glad she shared it actually, and I hope that she'll share some more. But
I'm so glad she put her name to it.
yeah,
Because you can identify with the person's name. Somebody who has shared something so from inside and has given it to somebody outside.
yeah.
Yes, say your name. I'm just delighted Beth did agree to put her name to the poem.
Yeah,
Really intrigued.
so mine. Yeah, yeah. And she's written, you know, I'm gonna have to bully her because she's written
You're good at that, yeah. Bullying, yeah.
she's used to it. We've been best friends since we were 11, so she's had years of it.
60 years, friends. That's good.
Thanks, pal. But she's written some really lovely pieces, and she doesn't have. I don't think she has belief in herself in her writing, because when I said to her about having it on the show, she was like, "Oh wow, what in amongst all those poems?" And I was like, "Yeah, your poem's every bit as good as anybody else's, you know." And so yeah, I might have to put her arm up her back, I think, and see if she could put a few more out there.
Yes, the encouragement, and we've seen this, Nina, ourselves. We've all seen this, especially all of us in the poetry world. We've seen this. Just a slight piece of encouragement can open a floodgate of life.
Yeah.
Into the poetry world itself. Yeah. Just a little bit of encouragement. Not a bullying tactic, by the way. Just encouragement. It's not like get your poem up there or else I'll be around a fight. That stuff.
She's used to me. She's all right. She's used to me. We bully each other. It's all right.
Do you want me to give you one of mine?
Go on then.
I'm gonna read the one tonight. I thought I'd give you this as a little gift tonight, because you're the one that got me to write this one. Because you are my mentor for this one.
God, yeah. Sorry.
It's a loop poem, yeah?
Ah!
Yeah, the only one I've ever written. But it's a loop poem.
It's brilliant.
Because you introduced me to this one, and I thought, I'm going to get this one up for Nina tonight, yeah? So, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Choices we make. Mystic is the forest space. Space, the openness of life. Life, a dream of unfound stars. Stars that twinkle in her eyes. Eyes that see within her soul. Soul, the shadow, as yet unseen. Unseen, the unicorn which speaks. Speaks the words of life's true way. Way, a choice. A road, a path. Path, a tread. A place not trod. Trod, a walk, to what one seeks. Seeks, a way, as yet unseen. Unseen, the angel playing the harp. Harp, an instrument of strings. Strings, the music players touch. Touch, the feel that makes hearts beat. Beat, a rhythmic kind of joy. Joy, a value holding life. Life, a story to be lived. Lived by choices that we make. I loved.
I said to you when you wrote that genuinely, and not because you're there and not because you are who you are and the relationship we have, but that genuinely was one of the best pieces I've ever read. And considering it was your first ever attempt at a loop poem, I was blown away. I think it's incredible.
I remember when you and I spoke about Luke poetry,
Yeah, and you were like, what?
how much you had to explain to me exactly what it was. We went text, we went phone call, the whole lot.
Yeah,
And I thought, damn it, just try it. And
yeah.
I'm glad I did. And I mean, I don't care for the next 10 years. I couldn't write one like that. I know it.
No,
When
no.
this was so new to me. And like I said to you before, I love a challenge.
Yeah,
This one was
yeah,
so new to me. This genre of writing.
yeah,
And I thought, wow, this is absolutely, wow, I love this. Yeah.
yeah.
And then I sat down to do one or two more and I couldn't even get a line or two lines to go
But you
together.
know what? That's the thing. I mean, I will write a Luke poem, and then weeks and weeks, maybe months will go by, and I'll not even think about it. And then I'll think, oh, I fancy writing one again, and it will just happen. And it's like I said to you, and you agreed with me. You admitted it in the end. You said, once you start, it writes itself, and it does. It pretty much writes
It
itself.
does, yeah.
And then
I mean,
you end up wrapping
I've
it
just
up.
read that tonight.
And then the last line, you
Sorry,
bring it
Nina.
all the way back round again, don't you, to the top? And then
Yeah.
it's just
It's 360. It's a total 360. Yeah, all the way
they're
around.
brilliant.
Yeah.
They're so compact, and they can tell a story or whatever you want them to do. But I love Luke
Whatever you
poetry. I
do
really
it.
do.
Yeah, absolutely. And there, Christine's just saying, great, right, lovely, John. Love this medium. Yeah, she's gonna try one.
Yeah,
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 try
definitely.
and write one of them. I suggest everybody tries one of these. And what was the other one? I was gonna write a poem, and you gave me two words, but the word is spelled downward.
Acrostic.
That's a lovely word again. It sounds like acrostic.
That's because it is acrostic. Did I gave you fragile, didn't I? Or did I give you flower? I can't. You did a couple, didn't you?
Hey?
You did a couple while we were talking in Messenger, and then I left you a couple to write, didn't I? Fragile
You did.
and flower,
Yeah.
I think. Didn't I?
But you talked that much in between. I lost the words. They disappeared up the screen somewhere.
I talked that much in between.
It took me a month.
Right. Yeah, yeah. Christine.
Mira, you got to be honest. We must be worth a fortune to Messenger.
I reckon, and the phone bill.
The amount of stuff we talk about, the poetry, we're going hunting here, we're going hunting there. What have you got? Did you see? Have a look at this. I mean, honest to God Almighty, Messenger must be loving us.
If we got charged for our phone bills, we'd never speak again.
Oh, gee, I didn't know Ken L. Customs was in.
Christy, what is a cross stick? Acrostic. ACROSTIC.
That's the one. It's a cross stick.
It's not cross.
It's a cedar with a beach.
We're not paying lacrosse.
Acrostic.
Yeah, I think acrostics. I suppose they would work if they're read out, but they work better, I think, if as a visual. You have to see it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose if you.
But there's angels in them. And talking unicorns and stuff, you know.
Moving on.
But yes, moving on, swift and swiftly.
Right, because I've now made an idiot of myself and blubbed on screen, and I was going to do a funny one to finish off with, if that's all right.
You got two funny ones.
Two funny ones.
One from Marna,
Yeah.
one from you.
Yeah.
I'd love a funny one to finish off. Absolutely
Right.
brilliant.
I don't know.
Then the joke.
I don't know if I've read this one or not, but because we've got such a vastly different audience now, the chances are that a lot of people won't have heard it anyway. So this is called Teaching the Wife to Drive. So you have to picture it.
Oh, there you go.
You have to picture it as the wife is speaking and then the husband is speaking. Okay.
Yeah.
I've asked my husband to teach me to drive. I know he'll be gentle, not yell. He suggested instructors might aid me to thrive, but he's dying to help, I can tell. The wife wants me to teach her to drive. A fact, if I'm honest, astounds. She says an instructor would just make her cry, though it's more like the other way round. My husband has trebled his workload just lately. He's out the house early till dark. It's testing my patience and irking me greatly. I need to learn parallel park. I've given up trying to make my excuses and used all the best ones I had. She'll start to get wise to me being elusive. A trooper would blush when she's mad. My husband is weird, seems a little bit vague. He keeps mumbling under his breath. If I didn't know better, I'd think he's afraid, but he knows I'm doing my best. I've taken a sedative, feel tranquilized. Now the moment of truth has arrived. My life, I am sure, will flash right past my eyes while I'm teaching the wife how to drive. I've started the engine and checked all my mirrors. My book showed me what I should do, but the handbrake's still on. It looks different in this, a ridiculous thing it is too. She started the engine. I fear for my car. I'm going to lose my no claims. She's left on the handbrake. We've not got that far. It's technology's fault, she exclaims. He's in such a hurry for me to change gear. It's rushing me, making me panic. But speed is a killer. I'm quite happy here. It's their problem that everyone's manic. We're creeping along like a snail with arthritis. The gears are redundant for now. She's not noticed the tailback that's built up behind us. It's quicker to travel by cow. I'm really quite pleased how I changed up a gear, though my flip-flop had slipped off the clutch. Just a little mild grating was all we could hear, but I'm sure it won't damage it much. I wish I'd just left her to trundle in first. The transition to second was fraught. The cogs in the gearbox are coming off worst in the wife's debut lesson onslaught. My husband suggested I tried 3-point turns, but I haven't read that in my book. You move the car round without bumping the curb. It's much harder than how it first looks. Apparently, 3-point turns are misleading. My wife has proclaimed them a sham. A ridiculous prospect which led her to seething. They're obviously named by a man. The traffic light changes are really too fast. It is reckless how quickly they alter. From green back to red while I'm still going past. It's no wonder I'm nervous and falter. The wife has now driven straight through traffic lights, even though they were clearly on red. My arse cheeks have puckered in horror and fright, and at this rate we'll both end up dead. My husband keeps stamping his foot on the floor. God knows what he thinks that will do. Or maybe he's something caught under his sock and he's banging it out of his shoe. All driving instructors have earned my respect. How I envy their dual controls. My feet with the pedals are trying to connect, and my knuckles are white from the hold. That hour went quickly. We're on our way back, and I think I did well all in all. I'm a natural at driving. I just have the knack, and my husband is having a ball. Was it only 1 hour? It seems so much more. I can't do it all over again. She's a terrible driver, keeps breaking the law. Please arrest her and keep her detained.
That is brilliant. That is absolutely magic.
Well, I needed to end on a high.
Magic. Oh, yes. Absolutely, yes. What a note. Wow. Oh, that was badly needed, that was.
Yeah, that's right.
Needed. Definitely badly needed, yes.
Yeah, makes up for me.
Oh. So was Andy all right now?
He didn't teach me to drive. I don't think we'd be married if he had.
Oh my God almighty.
Yeah. Anyway.
I hope he's still taking the tablets anyway.
He's got to take tablets to live with me. So is that why you're on tablets now? Now that you're in my life? Is that why you're on tablets?
Why? Am I on tablets?
Yeah, because you're on tablets now that you know me. Maybe there's just a running theme here and I've not clocked on yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for years I never needed a tablet. I didn't even have a tablet to do my games on.
Yeah. No.
No one taking tablets that size.
Horse tranquilizers.
What tranquilizers?
Must be me then.
Really, we do have a great bit of fun when we're going searching during the week.
We do. We do. Yeah.
It's a great traipse. I mean, I go to some very strange some very strange places. And I get these mood swings at time, going in and thinking, I just come out of a place and I need to get in touch with this poet, male, female, or otherwise. And I need to get in touch with the poet to find out, can I have your permission to read your poem? Yeah? And then I go into another place and I think, can't even find the poem.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Can't, honestly. Can't.
It's
find.
it's yeah. I mean, people. Well, I think people do tend to congregate in an area where they feel their poetry is appreciated, shall we say? You know, and if we've said this before, haven't we? I mean, if a poem goes past and it has no recognition whatsoever, people probably aren't going to stay in that group. And we do try, you and I both try, to give people as much feedback as possible and as much, you know,
Well, we both appreciate, as we've said before, we write ourselves. We both appreciate the effort that goes in, the thought process, everything else.
Yeah,
to try
absolutely.
and give something out.
Yeah.
But whatchamacallit, as you said, when a piece goes by, I've seen it many a times over the years. I've seen somebody will come to a group, and all of a sudden they bang in 6 posts.
Yeah.
The thought process that I would be in when it would happen, when I was doing administrating in some groups, my first thought was, guys, do you not realise you're not just burying the next poet's poetry?
Yeah.
You're doing yourself. You're not getting the credit you may be due.
Exactly.
But the
People can't read
pieces,
sick.
you're burying your own work. And someone will come back and moan and say, I got no comment on my piece. Where is it?
Yeah.
It's under the other 5 you've just posted on top.
Exactly.
You buried it.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, when I very first started out in the groups a couple of years ago, I would introduce myself. I would say, hi, new to the group, you know, first post. And then I would put one up and I would gauge it and I would see how it would go. And if people didn't even bother to say hello or anything, you know, it was kind of like, oh, okay then. And then I'd maybe try another one. I'd try a second one, perhaps a few days later or the next day or whatever. And then if the same thing happened again, I'd think, yeah, it's not for me. So I like some kind of, you know, I like it to be a community. I like people to be involved with each other and appreciate each other. And that's happening more and more now. So it's nice to see.
Yeah, I'm just watching. I've been watching as many as I could on the interaction on the screen, going up and down. And this has been absolutely brilliant this week again. Absolutely fantastic. And that shows how secure and comfortable they feel among each other, the poets and the viewers and the listeners. We've got just as many people here that don't write poetry or anything else.
Yeah.
And they just want a show where they can gather and have a listen or just watch in. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
that's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. Well, I'm not writing much at the moment. But I'm still reading, and I understand where people come from when they're not a writer, but they still like to read the poetry, because that's where I'm at the moment. Hopefully I'll go back to writing. I don't know. But yeah, I understand why people like to be in the groups just as a reader alone, and I think it's perfectly understandable for people to do that.
I had it with a group one time, and somebody said most of what we've got in the group are just readers. What do you mean, just readers?
Yeah, exactly.
Just readers. Yeah. We're just writers, but what do you mean, just readers?
Yeah, you need.
Without the reader, what's the point of writing?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy, Nina. It's crazy.
I know, and it's kind of, you know, when people feel that they can criticize other people's work as well if they've not asked for it, or you know, I find that very strange actually. If people put something up and say, please give me your feedback, or you know, I welcome any ideas for improvement or something like that. But you know, when someone's putting their work out there and it's just in general, and in particular, you know, when you can see that it's a decent piece of work anyway, and then someone just makes one little nitpicky comment, and you just think, really? That's all you've got to say? I just find it quite arrogant actually. I find it.
Well, it would have been easier to pass the piece by, wouldn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Just leave and just move on. Go to the next piece.
Yeah.
It might say what you want to hear or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So encouragement, nice comments, helpful comments, good feedback. Let's make everybody feel nice about things. There's too much heavy stuff in the world.
Nina.
Serious stuff. Yeah.
There is, yeah. Going back to last week, do you remember Gomera?
Yes.
Yeah, we did read her poem, didn't we?
We did.
On last week's show, yeah.
Yeah. I think Christine read it, didn't she? Did Christine?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christine done it, yeah.
Gomorrah Rain, yeah. Yeah, so as I say, you know, lots of, let's try and keep upbeat and positive, and, you know, put smiles on people's faces, really. Don't nitpick and pull down. It's we don't need that.
Listen, we all shed our own tears often enough, whether it's when we go to bed or when we're on our own in the house. We all have our tears to shed. When you have that little bit of light and laughter to share, get it out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get it out.
Yeah. Are you doing your moral story now? Are you getting Myrna back?
Nah, I'm going to bed now. I don't know.
No, you're not. You got Myrna to come back.
Oh, don't. You're joking.
Bless her. She's gorgeous. Go and get Myrna. Go and play with Myrna.
I'm going to go play in the garden with Myrna.
All right, then.
On the ship of friendship.
Ship of friendship. Lovely.
The ship of... Do you know, I'm looking forward to reading this one, actually, Nina, because this is absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
This is a lovely story, this is.
Yeah. Just, you know what you've got to do and not got to do, don't you?
Hint, hint.
You've got to read it, not break off and comment in between. All right?
Darn. And you know, there's some great break-off pieces in this that would have got me wound up the hell.
You're terrible. All right.
Just looking at that Mary Peroja Flores. I hope she does share poetry, whether she gets it to us directly or through Charlotte or Christine or whoever, yeah?
Yeah.
So, Mary, you want us to read a poem? Absolutely. Be delighted to. Or if you want to read it yourself, you're welcome. Chris has had to go.
Oh.
God, he's been a soldier tonight. Chris, thanks a million for all your interaction. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I didn't realise, just seeing some of the flags going up a little while ago, Anthony King has been in as well.
He did pop up earlier, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see his name go. It was just to see one of the badges, yeah?
Oh, right, okay, yeah. I think Jeff Schluning's been in as well, and Keith Forsyth. I saw them come up.
I've seen Keith earlier on, yeah?
Yeah, so... But yeah, hopefully, well, we'll see how many live views there are when we finish, won't we?
Yes, we will indeed, yeah. Can't see them now because we're live.
This is true, we are. All right, go and get Myrna.
I'm going to go get mine. Nina, thanks a million for everything this week, and thanks a million for tonight.
Thank you.
Have a lovely week ahead.
Thank you, everybody.
I'll chew your ear later.
I'm sure. I have no
Not
doubt.
literally on the text.
No.
Have fun.
Bye.
Have a great week ahead.
Take care.
Love you to bits. Have a good one, Nina. Ta-da.
Bye.
There's Nina Thilo. What can I say? Nina Thilo. Wow. Love that driving school. Absolutely fantastic. Feel so sorry for Andy. I could imagine. I bet you it all took place on two armchairs facing each other, and she kept it all that. Yeah. Go. Guys, there's been beautiful poetry all night tonight. Absolutely beautiful poetry. Wonderful stuff. And it's just continuously the same. Mine come back to me, and we will do the quotes and the moral stories. They deserve that. They really do. Good audience tonight. Thank you for being here. Mine, how the devil.
Oh my gosh.
Don't tell me he's there now.
I'm just trying to stop laughing. Oh.
I know. You can just.
Well, here's part of the problem is that when she was reading the poem about teaching driving thing, you have to remember my late husband taught me how to remove the car from underneath the carport, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I wonder if he felt that way.
You will never know.
No, not now. Although my daughter-in-law did have me move her vehicle, and then after she's done, she goes, "Oh, but Mama, I didn't videotape it. Let's do it again so I can videotape it and send it to Brett." I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Vanity is alive. Yes.
Oh. Yeah, but I can drive a car, guys. I just will not do it on a highway. Nope, forget it.
So tell me, which way are we going to do this? Do you want me to do the ship of friendship first, and then you can give the quotes to wrap us up?
It's up to you. You're the boss.
You always take the easy way out, don't you? Pass the responsibility to somebody else.
It's up to you. You're the boss. Don't get used to that. I won't say that too
Don't
often.
let Nina hear you say that. Whoa, oh my God. I'll be out of a job next week.
You made me laugh enough. Are you kidding me? No, I'll let you choose. I have you to choose from 6. You name me the number and I'll read it.
How many from 6 have I got to choose?
That's up to you. You're the boss.
What if I choose all 6?
That's up to you too. I can go ahead and read all 6.
Okay, I'll have number 9.
Story.
I'll have number 9.
I didn't write that. I didn't go and get that many. I've got 6.
You said pick a number.
I said pick a number 1 through 6.
Okay.
Clean out your ears.
I'll have through
please.
6.
You left through 6. That means read all of them.
Right.
Okay.
Number
You want me to
4.
read all of
I'm going to have number 4 first.
Number 4 first. Okay. 1. Hang on. 2, 3, 4. Well, gee. Okay. I was just making sure. I was losing count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is one I like. Really like. To like and to love are equally important in every relationship we share.
And they are so important.
Yeah,
They don't hold too much of a difference.
this is how I always tell my kids that, when they're gonna want to marry them. I said, "Do you like them?" And they're looking at me. "Well, I love them." I said, "No. I asked, do you like them?"
Yeah.
Because if you don't like them and the first thing you're planning to do is change them, then don't just stop now.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that. You
Well,
gotta
that's
like
nice.
someone. It's not just about love. It's about liking who they are. Just saying.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Now I'm going to have number 1.
Number 1. Number 1 is short. Honesty is a virtue, and trust is its reward.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Honesty is a virtue.
You never know what.
In this day and age, Marna, it's even a bigger virtue than it's ever been.
I know, and you just never know what's going to come in my head.
People tell lies now easier than they tell the truth.
Exactly.
Wow. That's very good, Charlotte Rains. You can love the person but not like all their ways. But it can still be a strong love.
It could still be a love, but like I said, this is like, if the first thing you're thinking about is you want to change them, then you must not like who they are totally. Yeah. And if you don't, the love is soon it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
Because you can love someone with all your heart, but you might not like the person that they truly are.
Yeah.
So
very, very true.
My opinion.
Number 3.
Number 3. You're going to love this one. Look not into a mirror to see who you really are. Look into your heart and your soul and see what they tell you.
We've seen some poetry over the last few weeks, and I actually read a poem last week. Hello, Eva Marie Cagley. How are you? We we see these poems, and I read one about a person as though they were looking in the mirror and saying they didn't see themselves. Yeah, and
Right.
when they looked into themselves, they didn't know themselves.
You know, I recently wrote a poem like that about, you know, that I looked into the mirror and I had to really search for who I was,
Yeah.
you know, because I had kind of lost myself with all the tragedies I kind of lost myself and I had to really find myself again. And I didn't find it by looking into the mirror. I found myself again by looking into me.
Yes.
Mirror doesn't tell you anything.
Absolutely.
So now which number? Or are we done?
I thought you were doing them all.
I am, if you want me to.
Let me go for
We
number
did
two.
one.
I'm
We
gonna
did
go.
one.
What did I do?
Three.
Number four, didn't I? Number 461, haven't I?
You've done number. We've done number 4. That was to like and to love.
Number
We've
6.
done number 3. You want number 6? Okay.
No,
Number 6.
thought we done number 6, did we?
Mm-mm.
No?
Nope.
I'll have 6 now then. 4. Is this the fourth one?
This is the 4th one, but this
So
is
we done
number 6.
4, 3.
Let me look. Okay, let me go back. We've done number 1.
Right?
We've done number 1. We've done number 3. We've done number 4. We've done, and I'm about to do number 6.
6.
So we have number 1, then we have number 2 and number 5 left.
2 and 5 is left after this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Right? Go on then.
This is 6. You're gonna love this one too. This is one of those, it's not funny, but you can get a chuckle out of it. Let not anger rule your words spoken or written, for they are not easily forgotten and are never to be unsaid and unwritten.
Very, very true. Very, very true. Many a word has been said and so much regret.
Mm-hmm.
Absolute regret. And all it took was a stunning few seconds to think over
Mm-hmm.
in your mind. Sometimes the cake hole opens too quick, doesn't it? And
Yep.
everything just spills out.
Exactly. So now we're going to do, let's see, we're going to do number 2. A stumble is not a defeat. It is merely a pause in our life's journey.
Ooh.
Ooh,
That's a pause for thought, isn't it?
yeah.
That's a pause for thought. Yes. Yes.
I mean, you know, the way I look at things is that, you know, we will stumble. We're not gonna be perfect.
No.
We weren't made to be perfect, and we will make mistakes. But if we learn from the mistakes, from the stumbles we make, then that's part of our journey.
Of course it is, yes. It's a big part. It's
You
the
know?
whole journey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Again, like I said, you never know where these quotes are going to come from.
No, you don't. And that's maybe it's a good job we don't. What's number
I
5?
love them. I love doing this. You know, I love sharing my poetry, but I think sharing my quotes, I love just as much because I don't write about just about anything. This is whatever comes to mind.
Mm.
And if I can have one person think, "Oh, maybe I could, you know, maybe this fits for me," and I'm like going, you know what? The words have been given purpose. That's like you said, words to me are more important than anything else. And the words are given meaning by other people, not by us.
Wow.
So that's just how I look at it. And then now I'm going to read the last one.
Go on.
And this one is probably my favorite out of all 6.
Is this number 5?
This is number 5. So this would be all of them. We are all but time travelers and do not determine its speed.
Very, very true. Very, very true.
So this is what Myrna does on her time off, okay?
Wow.
I write 2 a day, sometimes 3 a day, and then, like I said, on the weekends, because on Sunday I have church and stuff, and then the show, I will write 4 and then send them out as weekend quotes. So they get 4 for the weekend. So that would be Saturday and Sunday. But I write 2 a day. Needless to say, I got to put my next book of quotes together because you don't even want to know how many I have.
No.
No,
I'll
I
find
don't know if I can really count that high. Let's just say the first book of quotes I have, I think I have 160 in that one. It's not, that don't even touch it. Okay, just saying that don't even touch it.
Wow. Wow.
It's fun to do.
Well, I'm going to give you a nice send-off. I'm going to read you The Ship of Friendship.
Oh, okay, I can't wait to hear this one.
Yeah. I'm going to read this to you. Before I do, I'm going to read a message that's just come up in front of me. Nina has just put a message up. Amazing poems, incredible reads, and Charlotte doing a fabulous behind the scenes meet and greet. So proud to be a part of this wonderful community. We're so proud to be with you here, girl. Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I totally agree. Of course, I agree with everything Nina says.
Oh, you're beautiful. Oh my God.
Oh,
Right. The Ship of Friendship. I love this one. And all of you that are hearing me, this is a good thing to think about as we go along. Just don't take it for the literal way. And I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to read it exactly as it is, yeah? The Ship of Friendship. A voyaging ship was wrecked during a storm at sea, and only 2 of the men were able to swim to a small, desert-like island. The 2 survivors, who had been good friends, not knowing what else to do, agreed that they had no other resources but to pray to God. However, to find out whose prayer was most powerful, they agreed to divide the island between them and stay on opposite sides. The first thing they prayed for was food. The next morning, the first man saw a fruit-bearing tree on his side of the island, and he was able to eat his fruit. The other man's part of the island remained barren. After a week, the first man was lonely, and he decided to pray for a wife. The next day, another ship was wrecked, and the only survivor was a woman who swam to the first man's side of the island. On the other side of the island, there was nothing. Soon the first man prayed for a house, clothes, more food. The next day, like magic, all of these were given to him. However, the second man still had nothing. Finally, the first man prayed for a ship so that he and his wife could leave the island. In the morning, he found a ship docked at his side of the island. The first man boarded the ship with his wife and decided to leave the second man on the island. He considered the second man unworthy to receive God's blessings, since none of his prayers had been answered. As the ship was about to leave, the first man heard a voice from heaven booming, "Why are you leaving your companion on the island?" "My blessings are mine alone, since I was the one who prayed to them," the first man answered. "His prayers were all unanswered, and so he does not deserve anything." "You are mistaken," the voice rebuked him. "He had only one prayer, which I answered. If not for his prayer, you would not have received any of my blessings." "Tell me," asked the first man, "what did he pray for, that I should owe him anything at all?" "He prayed that all your prayers be answered." Moral of the story: for all we know, our blessings are not the fruits of our prayers alone, but those of another praying for us. Value your friends. Don't leave your loved ones behind.
Wow.
I just loved this. Nina sent me a bunch of these. She's one hell of a researcher, that woman, honest to God. The things that she brings to my notice and sends me chasing, and just brings them straight to me. She's a godsend.
I'm going to have
I
to
have
send you
to
one.
Eva. The shows, the team is absolutely brilliant. Eva, an absolutely wonderful team. And I think I hate using this word, especially on the show. I think I made a cock up this week. Eva, I think I forgot to send your poem to Nina. Oh, God, I should be.
No, read. You read one from Eva?
Did I read one from? I didn't read one from Eva.
Nina did.
Nina did she?
Yes.
Thank God for that. I must have sent it, and I do apologise.
And I can't remember. Well, there were so many, I can't remember.
She's read it.
I don't.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
had
remember.
a moment. I didn't take enough tablets, for God's sake. Come on.
No, you might have taken too many.
I don't have enough. They're only given to me in ones.
Oh. I'm afraid to ask, what are the tablets for?
Hey?
What are the tablets for?
They help me not forget things.
Oh, you need to take more. Like I said, Nina and I are way too much alike.
I swear to God, if Nina ever gets her hands on me, I'm going to be one unlucky bloke.
Like I said, Nina and I think alike. That's something you need to I always say that.
They are not walking. I know they're not walking.
I say that about me and my youngest son. I said, God, we just think way too much alike. The whole world should be afraid.
No, Nina does go last, Eva Marie. Mine is on twice tonight because she's a superstar.
No, I'm not. It's because he put me on hold to do the quotes. That's why.
Oh.
I swear.
Mine, it's been a beautiful week. And again, this week,
has been.
Don't forget, you've got to do some fishing for the
I'm going to do it. I got some fish in mind, so don't worry about it.
You have?
Yes.
Excellent. I'm going out fishing when I'm finished.
Hey, and considering that I never catch fish, I'm doing good, so don't worry about it.
You've been doing very well. Proud of you. Absolutely proud.
I know. I am probably the worst. If you ever want to go fishing and want to catch fish, bring me, because you'll catch the fish and I won't catch a thing. That's how it works.
Marla, good night. And
my daddy would never.
So forward. I look so forward to next Sunday, and I look forward to during the week catching up to see where we're at. Yeah.
I'm gonna show you.
Love you to pieces.
Love you too. Love
Catch you next week. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
That's Marna, the pre-badger again. Oh, I just love having Marna on with me. Absolutely love having her on with me. And I love the quotes. I absolutely love the quotes. But again, the ship of friendship. Friendship. Treat it as a friendship. Charlotte, thanks a million. Eva, Nina read your poem beautifully. She really did, and you will enjoy it when you get it on the recording. Everybody, we've had a great crowd in tonight. I can feel it because it's buzzing in that room. Thank you all for the interaction. Thank you all for being here at the Dear John Show. And I look forward to bringing the show again next week with myself, Charlotte, Christine, Nina, Marna, the whole team. Eva, have a lovely week ahead, and I'm glad you had a wonderful weekend. Ed Clinton, lovely seeing you back in again. Absolutely lovely seeing you back in. And everybody that's been here tonight, thanks a million once again for being with us. And we bring you back the very best of what we come across for next week. Good night, God bless everybody. Have a great week ahead. I look forward to seeing you at the Dear John Show next Sunday. Bye-bye.